Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23.
I got it. The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
All right, see right here, the fruit of the Spirit is love. So we're talking about patience right now. So if you got patience, one of the fruits of the Spirit is love. And if you love the Most High, you'll keep His commandments. Continue.
Joy.
You want to have joy. Go ahead.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Long suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Gentleness. Goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Faith.
All these things are fruits of the Spirit. You got to have faith in the word of the Most High. You got to have goodness. You got to be meek and humble. And when you're going through this trial and tribulation, you can't have no attitude. You go back up here in verse 22 where it says gentleness. We're talking about humbleness, not being mad, not being upset. You got to treat everybody right. You got to treat your wife right. You got to treat your brothers and sisters right. You can't walk around here being mad because the Most High is testing you and trying you. Read.
Meekness.
Mm-hmm.
Temperance.
Mm-hmm.
Against such.
Stop right there. Like I said earlier, you can't have no attitude. Temperance. You can't have a temper. See, every time somebody say something to you, you got two or three other words to say. You're always getting smart. You ain't never got nothing positive to say. You're walking around saying negative stuff about everybody. You're lying on your brothers and sisters. You're lying on everybody to the point where you have become that lie. Read.
Against such there is no law.
But if you're doing all these things, then the law ain't against you because you exemplify the fruits of the Spirit.
Perfect. The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him.
Believe in Him, and He will help you. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to all this, man. Having faith, you know what I'm saying, in Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? That He will help you, man. You know what I'm saying? How is He going to help you? You know what I'm saying? By giving you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of, first of all, who you are, giving you that willpower to want to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And ultimately, you know what I'm saying, to set you back in your rightful place on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Above all nations, man. They're gonna be your reward, man. That's gonna be how He gonna help you and order thy way aright. Meaning how you order your way aright, man. By keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And trusting Him. How you trust in Him, man? You know what I'm saying? By keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, everything always go back to the commandments, man. As long as you practicing and keeping these commandments, man, your mind gonna open up to a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Hebrews 11:1 said. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that real quick.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, you know, even though you can't see it, you know that's what faith come in at, cause you hoping for these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you knowing that it's gonna come to pass, you just being patient and waiting for those things to pass. That's the faith, man. Even though you can't see it, even though you can't touch it, you know that's what's in store for you. Why? Because it's already written. The Lord already told you that these things, this is gonna be your righteous reward, man. If you endure to the end, you know what I'm saying? If you keep His commandments, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that are waiting on you, man. It's the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You know, start going down to verse 7.
Sirach.
Yeah.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, and go not aside, lest you fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe Him, and your reward shall not fail.
Believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail, man. You keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, your reward ain't gonna fail, man. You know what I'm saying? He already told you, man. He gonna set you above all nations, man. As long as you do right, man. He already told you, man. He gonna set you back in your land, man, and you gonna have servants and handmaids, man. He already told you these things. Only thing you gotta do is just keep your faith and endure to the end, and your reward will not fail, man. It will not fail. Long as you don't fail, long as you keep on that righteous path, your reward ain't gonna fail. You might fail in the path of trying to get there, but if the Lord said He got something in store for you, man, that's what it is. Point blank, period. You just gotta hope that you endure and make it there, man. You know.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken? Or whom did He ever despise that called upon Him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction.
And it said, look at the generation of old. Did any trust in the Lord and was confounded? That's a question. That means hell no. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't never trusted in the Lord and the Lord confounded them, man. Because you trust in the Lord, what you gonna keep His commandments, man. You gonna abide by His every word, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the great people of the Bible, man. King James, you know what I'm saying? The prophet Isaiah, Ezekiel, all those, the prophet Job, all those brothers trusted in the Lord, man. And they was not confounded, man, because what the Lord told them that He had in store for them, you know what I'm saying, it came to pass. He blessed them. If He told them He was gonna bless them with certain things, He blessed them with certain things, man. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, His word is bond, man. If He tell you something, it's gonna come to pass. You want to say something?
No. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways.
Woe be to the. What you mean?
12. Sirach chapter 2 verse 12. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands.
Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands, man. You know what I'm saying? You fearing what the other nation got in store for you. You know what I'm saying? You fearing what Esau got in store for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we entered in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? You fearing that. You fearing not being out there with your boots on the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? You fearing putting up certain type of videos because Esau is monitoring the YouTube channels and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And faint hands, they go coincide. You know what I'm saying? Faint hands mean you ain't putting in the type of work you're supposed to put in, man. Because you got fear that Esau is going to do this. You got fear that Esau might do that. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended.
The Lord ain't gonna defend you in them time, man. Cause you wanna be a scared nigga. You know what I'm saying? You wanna be out there, you know what I'm saying, basically with your hands in your pocket, looking around, thinking, man, we need to get back in the house, man. We need to do this, we need to do that. You a scared nigga, man. The Lord ain't gonna protect you in that day, man. You know?
Woe unto you that have lost patience.
Woe unto you that have lost patience. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Patience is a virtue, man. As they say. You know what I'm saying? Woe to you that have lost patience, because if you lose patience, what? You're going to be what? Quick to anger. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be what? Fall weak with the faith. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? By not doing the work. You know what I'm saying? What you just gonna be spiritually destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you have lost patience. You know what I'm saying? And it said, woe to you that have lost patience, means destruction to you, man. The Lord gonna destroy you, man. The Lord gonna take you out. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. Because you lost patience, man. You knew about this truth, you believe in this truth, but now you just gonna take your hand off the plow and say, man, nah, man, I'm tired of waiting on the Lord, man. I've been waiting 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. 2 years, 3 years, you know what I'm saying? You gonna take your hand out the plow and you just gonna give it up because you lost patience. The Lord gonna kill you, man.
So like it, man. Like a situation when I first came to the truth, man. I met this brother, man. Good hearted, good spirited brother, man. Down to earth brother, man. He was in the truth for like 6 years, man. Now I just seen, you know what I'm saying? My wife showed me the other day, man. Him and his family, man, back celebrating Christmas, man. They stepped out the truth, man. That's example of a brother losing patience, man. He got tired of enduring, tired of, you know what I'm saying, putting up this spiritual fight. Now this man is back celebrating Christmas, man. I mean, and then out of all the things to go back to, you gonna go back to worshiping the damn white man, celebrating Jesus Christ's birthday, aka Caesar Borgia's birthday, man. So the Lord is gonna destroy him, man. He gonna get his wife and his kids put to death, man, all because he lost patience.
Yeah, like you said, you know, so I know that brother as well, man. You know, it's sad. It's sad to see that, but then again, it ain't, because it just wasn't meant for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, you perpetrating a fraud, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that for too long, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord know who He called upon, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like the scripture said, it's many are called, but few are chosen, man. You know what I'm saying? He might have just called for that time being, man. You know what I'm saying? To help usher this brother in, or you know what I'm saying, to bring this brother or sister in. But then, the Lord, he done fulfilled what the Lord had his role to be. So, to push him on back to the side, man. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? You got something, brother?
Yeah, look at go to Genesis 29 and 20 and look at the patience that Jacob had. You said something earlier about waiting a certain amount of years or something. Okay, look at this. This is an example right here of the kind of patience that Jacob had.
What's that,
Genesis 29 verse 20.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel.
Right there, he served 7 years. Now that's a lot of patience for a woman that you want to give with. You got to serve 7 years, work 7 years, doing what her father had him to do just to marry this young lady. That's 7 years of patience, and a lot of us don't have that. A lot of us don't have patience for 1 day or 3 weeks or a month. We give up and throw away the child. Just give up. Read.
And they seemed unto him but a few days. But the love he had for her, for the love he had for her.
Okay. 7 years wasn't but a few days for this brother. Like I said, some of y'all can't even wait 1 day, 1 week, or 3 weeks. But this brother waited 7 years to marry his sister Rachel. And he said it wasn't but a few days to him because of what? Because he loved her. So if you love the Most High, you'll wait. You'll be patient. You'll do whatever He will have you to do.
Man, that's a good point too, man. Cause, hey, man, for a man to wait 7 years for a woman, man, when I was in the world, man, I used to be like, man, look, if I don't get in them drawers in the next 2 weeks, I'm gone, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm out, man. I'm finna bounce. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here waited 7 years for a woman, man. Man, that's a perfect example of being patient, and how much more, like the brother O'Shea said, should we have patience on waiting on the Most High, man.
And that's just a contrast as well, man, on you know what I'm saying, the type of caliber brothers that was of old, man. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, like you said, man, us brothers these days was not us, but you know, brothers in our peers, you know what I'm saying, brothers in our generation out there in the world, man, they can't even wait 3 weeks, a month. You know what I'm saying? They gone. And they don't even be knowing they be getting up a good woman, man. You know? But the type of people that's here out here on this earth right now, man, you know what I'm saying, it's few and far between, man. Like the brothers that sitting at this table right now, man, these other brothers you see out there in that world, man, they ain't the same type of caliber brothers that we are, man. You know what I'm saying? We can take pride in saying that, man. Why? Because we was once, you know what I'm saying, a part of that statistic. You know what I'm saying? We thank the Lord that the Lord brought us up out of that, man. Now we got a you know what I'm saying? We got a new lead in life. You know what I'm saying? But back to that verse 14, it said, "Woe unto you that have lost patience." You know what I'm saying? And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? You know what I'm saying? If you done lost patience, if you took your hand out the plow, man, you didn't say, man, I'm tired of waiting, I'm through with this. What you gonna do when the Lord visits you, man? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Who you gonna call upon then? You know, you done gave this up. Oh man, I knew this was the truth 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but now I didn't gave up. So man, the hell with the truth, the hell with the Lord. But then when that time of adversity come, man, you know what I'm saying? When that time of affliction come, who you gonna call upon then? You gonna call upon what? Allah? You gonna call upon what the Ra or whatever?
Buddha.
Yeah, you Buddha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the Hindu God and all that. Who you gonna call upon? Hell no, man. You gonna call upon the Lord, man. But you can't even do. You know what I'm saying? You can't even do the bidding of the Lord, man, for this only for this short time, man. You know. That's it on. Let me get
I want to add something there. Romans 8:25. Romans 8:25. So many times we're in a hurry to do things and we can't wait on the Most High. You know, we might have a job interview coming up. We can't wait for the job interview. So what we do, we go and get some weed and sell it, or we go and slang some rock, or we go and rob somebody or rob a store. But you have to have patience when you're waiting on the Most High to move. You can't make the Most High do what you want him to do. Read that for me, bro.
All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 25. But if we hope that we see not, then do Shalak. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Come. That's what you got to do. You can't be in a hurry to try to do things. It says, but if we hope for what we do not see, if you don't see the job coming, if you don't see the woman coming or the wife you're looking for, if you don't see any of these things that you're looking for, the scripture says that you got to have patience. It says we wait for it with patience. Wait for whatever you're looking for, you wait for it with patience. You have patience in the Most High. Because he's never left his righteous. He's never left them begging for bread or forsaking them.
You know what I'm saying? They get Habakkuk 2 and 3. Yeah, I think 2 and 3. No, you alright, bro. Now, I probably need to speak a little more louder because the camera back a little bit far. They get the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Yeah, that's talking about the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait on the Lord, man. Even though it might seem like it's tarrying, man. Even though it seems like it might be taking a long time, you know what I'm saying, to get here, you still gotta wait, man. You can't give up, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen Muhammad Ali give up in the middle of a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen Mike Tyson give up in the middle of a fight. You know, we in a spiritual battle, man. You can't give up, Red. We ain't even in the middle. I would say, man, I feel like we ready at the end. You gonna give up at the end, man?
You deserve, man. If you give up at the end, you deserve whatever the Lord got. You know what I'm saying? A lot for you, man. To die, you deserve, man. You gonna give up at the very end, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? We don't know the exact date, but we know, man.
We in the fourth quarter, man.
We almost up out of here, Lord willing. We done men. We almost up out of here, man. Why you want to be slack and slothful and lose patience and give up on the Lord? Nah, man.
We're in the fourth quarter, man. Let me get Psalm 40 started, verse 1.
That's what we're going to.
You know what I'm saying? Spirit, that spirit, man.
The book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry.
This King David, he's saying he waited patiently for the Lord, and the Lord heard his cry. Read on.
He brought me up also out of a horrible pit.
He brought him up out of a horrible pit, meaning King David was going through some things, man. You know?
Out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my going.
He set his foot upon a rock and established his going, man. Meaning he set him on that righteous path, man. He set him up with them laws, statutes, and commandments in their heart, man. You know what I'm saying? So he can receive his righteous reward. You know. And that was King David. And that King David let you know, man, he said he brought me up out of a horrible pit. That means King David was going through some things. So what? For him to be praying to the Lord, for him to have faith in the Lord first and foremost, then he prayed unto the Lord, and he had patience to wait on the Lord, for the Lord to bring him up out of those things, man. Because he set his foot upon the rock and establish his heart, man. You know? So that's what we gotta do, man. We gotta be patient, man. We can't forget about the Lord and not for one, man, you gotta always constantly pray, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pray in this wicked world, man. Because you got so many demons and devils out there, man. Things that can just block your spirituality, you know, that you got to constantly be prayed up, man. You got to constantly, man, just ask the Lord for strength. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Lord for endurance, man. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to be prayed up, man. You got to keep your faith in the Lord, man. You can't be going through some things and not pray, man. Like, how you think you're going to get up out of it, man? You know what I'm saying? You got to pray, you know what I'm saying, day in and day out. Whether it's good or bad, man. Whether you're going through good times or bad times, man, you still got to pray, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't never forget about the Lord, because the Lord said what? He is a jealous God, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if he bring you up out of something, then you just forget about the Lord. What you think the Lord? Hey, the Lord mad, man. You know what I'm saying? And you brother got something?
Okay, yeah. Just like the brother was saying, the Lord is mad. And so the Lord said over in Luke chapter 21, verse 19, he said, in your patience possesses you your soul. So that's how you keep your spirit straight. That's how you keep your soul straight. By being patient, not being quick for nothing. The scripture said be quick for nothing. But in all things, acknowledge the Most High for that. So your patience is what keep your soul. Also, I got another one over here in Psalm 27 and verse 14 says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So you keep from having a failing heart, worrying about things, and not being patient. Put your patience in the Lord, and he'll strengthen you.
I was going to go there too, man. This scripture, like you say, the spirit. Right out of Hebrews 12, verse 1.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 1. 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, but let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
That's right, man. So we in a race right now, man. So we gotta be patient in this race. Like if anybody ever watched the race, a marathon, man, you know what I'm saying? You see the brothers who finish, the ones who pace themselves through the race. The ones who just, if somebody just time, you know what I'm saying, the start, they say go or whatever, you know what I'm saying, somebody just take off running, man, they ain't gonna finish, man, because they ain't running with patience. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying, pace yourself throughout this race, man, because what are we racing for? We racing and we striving to get the kingdom, to get delivered, man.
I want to bring out Ecclesiasticus Let me not. Ecclesiastes 7, and start at verse 8.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud of spirit.
Yeah, the patient in spirit is better than the proud of spirit. And the Lord said, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They can go a couple ways. You know what I'm saying? It's better than it's better the end of Esau's kingdom than the beginning, man. It's better than the end of your tribulation than the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? And it said, better is the patient in spirit than the proud in spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have patience, and it starts from within, man. Dealing with your spirit, man. If you got a spirit to where you just want everything to go your way, and you don't never wanna you don't never want to just sit and just analyze things and just have patience for the Lord to send answers your way. You just want to think you know everything, and you just want to do it your way. Then, like we just read in Sirach, it said, woe to you that have lost patience, man. Because that's all a part of patience, man. You got to be able to lean on the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? You lean on the Lord and let Him guide you, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got, first and foremost, you got to have that patience, man. Patience in spirit, man. You gotta have that spirit within you, man. You know? But that's all I got. Y'all brothers got anything else? Alright, with that, we're going to say shalom.
Shalom.